Oh, hi. I'm Aaron from the Welty Environmental Center, and
I'm Georgia.
we are tree detectives, and today we have found two oak trees that are growing together. We have a red oak and a white oak.
You can tell this is a red oak if you look at the bark. You can see compared to the white oak, the bark is smoother. And also if you look at the leaves, they come into a point at the end.
Right, and so here we have a smaller white oak, and the white oak has very rough bark that looks like it's peeling off. See, I can get a piece right here. And the leaves of the white oak, the lobes are more rounded than the red oak. Now, the white oak is super important for those of you that are in Illinois. In 1907, Illinois school children voted for and selected the oak as the state tree. The votes were for the oak, maple, which is the Wisconsin state tree, and the elm. The oak tree became Illinois' official state tree in 1908. In 1973, a special poll changed the official state tree from oak to the white oak. Looky here. We have a tree that has lots and lots of holes in it. Out here at Big Hill Park, we have two types of woodpeckers. One is the downy woodpecker. That's a small woodpecker that's white, but it doesn't make holes this big in a tree. That's the pileated woodpecker. The pileated woodpecker is the one that you see most often with the big red mohawk. Now, the pileated woodpecker made these holes because it was hungry. It was looking for food. This tree probably had beetles on the inside. Now, one of the interesting things about woodpeckers is that when you hear them go rat-a-tat-tat, they're not looking for food, they're communicating. When they're looking for food and putting holes like this in a tree, they are more quiet because they don't want to be bothered. And so they don't make as much noise when they're pecking for food as when they're rat-a-tat-tat to communicate with each other. Now, what's on the inside of this tree that they were looking for? Probably timber beetles. And timber beetles are super cool and leave really neat paths underneath the bark. See, I've got some bark here that I've peeled off the tree. And here you can see the little paths that the beetles have taken. Let's go see what George is up to further on in the forest.
Oh, I didn't see you there. I was just examining the moss on the tree. You know, in the forest they have a myth about moss, and that's that moss only grows on the north side of the tree. But as you can see here, the moss is growing on the south side of the tree. And if you walk all the way around the tree, you can actually see that the moss grows all the way around the tree. So, if you ever get lost in a forest, you don't want to use that myth to help you find your way out. Remember, moss doesn't grow on the north side of the tree. It can sometimes grow all the way around. Oh, I think I see Aaron deeper into the forest. Let's go see what he's doing.
Here we have a tree that's fallen down. Trees fall down in the woods all the time. Perhaps a storm blew it over, or perhaps something else damaged it. But when they fall down, they provide really important nutrients for other trees and other plants to grow. What happens to them is that they decompose. Here we have one that is really far along and turning into soil. I think that's super great. And what I'm doing here is I'm digging around to see what kinds of fun things I can find in this decomposing tree. Well, I see a couple ants and a couple other little insects. I want to show you what the decomposing tree looks like. It looks just like the soil that you would put in potted plants or in your garden. Fallen trees provide super important nutrients to the environment around them. I think we should check out what George has found. She's further up the path. Let's go take a look.
Here we have a tree where the bark has been stripped away by a deer. The deer uses its antlers to rub against the tree, and then it removes the velvet and also marks its territory. This tree will likely die because the bark has been stripped around all the way.
Thanks for joining us out at the Wealthy Environmental Center. We had a really great time with you being tree detectives. I hope that you check out the scavenger hunt that came along with this video. And I hope that you have a really great time looking at all of the other videos for the Nigrin Wetland Preserve. All right, now, I hope to see you later. Bye-bye.